Welcome to Journey of the Dove. My name is Amber. Today, I'd like to give an overview of where I'm headed with the next few episodes. First, though, I apologize for taking excruciatingly long between my videos. It's been a steep learning curve to figure out the tech involved in creating this. While I finally have a better handle on the tech, my slow timing is now largely due to my introverted nature and yet publicly sharing something so deeply personal. Each video is from the heart, and I seem to require lots of downtime afterwards. I will make a sincere effort to decrease the time between episodes. If you recall from my earlier videos, the version of Nikola Tesla who visits me is alive in his timeline and is moving towards successful completion of his projects and life goals. In these videos, I'm working my way towards sharing one of my favorite moments in which I help Nikola avoid a disastrous event as he shifts into a more optimal timeline. The timeline of Nikola Tesla as we know it, in which he suffered and struggled and failed in many of his key projects, was not the final draft of his timeline. I want to take you deeper into my understanding of how Nikola is able to time travel and alter his life events. Although Nikola utilizes his technology to aid him, the knowledge applies to anyone who desires to shift into a different reality. To adequately explain the timeline shift, I need to give you more background of how I got from point A to point B in my own understanding. With that in mind, my next episode will be another shamanic journey. In this journey, which I'll call The Journey Through the River of Forgetfulness, I travel in search of my soul memories of Nico to discover who we are to each other. I finally grasp what it means to be a twin flame and what it was to be lost from each other in the illusion of separation. In the journey, I'm able to see myself as a pigeon and hear the message I gave Nico the night I flew into his window and died in front of him. After crossing the river of forgetfulness, I learned I'm able to visit any moment of Nikola's lifetime, including what he perceives as his present moment. Since then, I visited Nikola on many occasions during his lifetime, and these visits need their own episode. I'll share with you how he went from a man deep in grief over his lost love, the pigeon, and how he resolves to find me wherever I might be. This led to his creating a time travel device. I also visited Nico on the morning of March 13th, 1895. Those of you who know Nikola Tesla history know his laboratory was burnt to the ground that morning. In the timeline leading to us, it was a destructive moment from which Nikola never fully recovered. This fire became an obsession of mine until ultimately I traveled back to Nikola before the fire happens and help him find a way to prevent it. Nico is a very clever man, and I think you'll enjoy the process of how he shifts from a timeline where his dreams go up in smoke to a timeline in which his laboratory does not burn down. As a bonus, his younger self learns to time travel much sooner because, of course, a time traveler would travel back to teach his younger self how to time travel. Along the way, I may share with you explorations of my divine feminine self, how I alter my own perspective, and am ultimately shifting my own timeline. In my journeys, I meet with many different galactic beings, and I'll share these adventures with you as well. In summary, my upcoming episodes are as follows. 1. The Journey Through the River of Forgetfulness. 2. An episode sharing my visits with Nico at various moments in his life. I'd like to share some details about Nikola's challenging relationship with love in general, and women specifically, if he gives me permission. 3. An episode about Nikola's grief over the death of his beloved pigeon and how he created a time travel device to find me. 4. Some random episodes as I explore myself as a multidimensional being and interact with others on a multidimensional level. I may or may not share this depending on how valuable I feel it might be to others. So if it is of your interest, please do let me know. 5. An episode all about the laboratory fire, what caused it, and its impact on Nicola. 6. And finally, how I help a younger Nico connect with his future self and move to an alternate timeline in which his lab does not burn down. It's from this new timeline that Nico is now connecting with me and is having grand success in all his endeavors. At least up to 1899, which is where he is now. Hopefully, when I get to this episode, you'll have a grasp of the mind-bending nature of time and all this will make sense to you. And then you can turn around and explain it to me because honestly, sometimes my brain hurts from all the time paradoxes. Thanks for listening to my update, and I hope you join me in the upcoming River of Forgetfulness journey.